Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. I want to do a quick video with you guys here to really zero in on the notion of whether is it possible for one to be considered a beauty yet still hold a beast within. Let's talk about it. So, is it possible for one to truly be a beauty and still hold a major beast within? I think it's possible. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I feel like for the longest, I've always been one who has always cared so deeply. I love hard. Anyone who's known me and who's truly getting to know me now, know I have a tendency to do that in a lot of aspects of my life, whether it's on a personal level. Even my ex, I'm pretty sure he can vouch for that too. Even though we've kind of had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, when it came to heart, that was something that I'm sure he couldn't deny. And especially because we lasted for so long, over 14 years, for those of you who are not aware. I was in a relationship for 14 years before I broke it off from him. Anyhow, I truly feel that kind of played a key factor in that part too, in that relationship aspect. 111, as I just said that. Outside of all of that, over time, I feel like life in some way can change how a person truly is internally for the better. It will teach individuals not to be so emotionally open to the world. You have to know when to cut the energy vampires off. You have to know when to keep certain individuals out of your space, or when to distance yourself, I should say. So I feel like to some degree, you could be gorgeous and just glowing, and people give me such great compliments, which is all fine and well. But when it comes to that inner beast, you have to know how to balance it. For me personally, again, regardless of how many compliments I get and all that great stuff throughout my days, whether I'm at work, just out enjoying myself in regards to a day off, whatever the case may be, it's a balancing act. But the moment that it's tested is the moment I react. And then sometimes people are kind of startled by that 2, 3, 4 as I'm saying this. They're wondering, like, where did that come from? Well, life has a way of making people change. And as I said, it's for the better, because it's more so about preserving self. It's more so about protecting self and protecting your energy. And sometimes those little past events you had with individuals was what was truly needed to get you to the point of where you are now today. Don't feel bad about it. It's okay to be that beautiful beast. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I truly embrace that shit like no other. I love, or else another thing, most people would think of it like the Joker character. You know the Joker, like the Batman and Joker. You know, yeah. Some would probably tied in as like with his backstory. I mean, I would never go to that extreme, and I'm sure a lot of us would agree we never go to that extreme. 33 as I said that. But we understand like just how much space, how much opportunity to give an individual before it tips us over. And a lot of times people fail to realize, even when we do react the way we do, and maybe a lot of you guys can agree with me on this, when you get to that point and you lash out, it's like, well, what did you expect? In a lot of ways, another thing, even when you start to cut off certain individuals, or like let's say you decide to distance yourself from a certain individual because it just does not sit well with you, like something about their energy is off and you know it, and you know 1, 2, 3 as I'm saying this, that's God, that's the spiritual team letting you know, don't continue dealing with this person. And yet they feel a certain way about you doing that. sometimes I think to myself, I don't know if they understand that the reason why I'm doing this, I'm trying to save them for what could be coming down the pike if I continue to deal with them. It was 144 that just said that. And what I mean by that is that because, like, let's say you continue that relationship on further after you've been given all the signs and such that you need to leave this individual alone. And then as time progresses onward, you still continue to deal with them and they do something that is real stupid that sends you over the top. That could have easily been avoided if you would just follow the signs that were given to you before. And now you got a whole messy situation where this person's feelings is hurt, or now they're looking at you like you're the bad guy or bad gal. And it's just like, well, you effed around and found out. But at the same time, this could have been avoided if you would have just paid attention to the signs and let them go. I say all this to say, be that beautiful beast. Embrace that shit. Don't run from it. I know for me, when I started to notice the change in terms of how I keep my distance, I protect my energy when dealing with certain people. What's so crazy now, especially in this day and age, I find that when I could go into a certain space, whether it's at work or in a store, things like that, or like, let's say I'm doing some type of ride share or whatever the case may be. I don't know about you guys, but I can pick up on energy really quick. I've always been that person that can pick up on it really quick, but for some reason it's a lot faster now, and it's a lot heavy. Sometimes you can pick up on energy in regards to what the other person is feeling, even in passing. Like, you may start getting a sense of your heart racing, and maybe it's because the very person you pass, they are thinking about something very stressful and their heart is racing. That type of deal. What else? Even if you're getting ready to pass a person along the sidewalk, as an example, and let's say you dress to the nine. I just had that happen today, actually. I was like going downtown and I was actually shopping, not too much, just a little, grabbing a few things here and there. Anyhow, I remember there was these three young women of color, and I guess they saw how I was dressed. I don't give a damn. I'm doing me. Anyhow, one of the girls gave me this look, this up and down look. I just looked at her and smiled and flipped my hair at her. I'm like, sweetie. And what they fail to realize is that whole perspective, that whole way of interacting with people like that, just because you feel like you look like a bum and the other person looks way better than you. And that's really what it was. All the way down to my shoes, actually. That says a lot about you and your confidence when it comes to confidence within self. Because, honey, anything I put on, I'll make sure I can dress up and make it look damn good and still be carrying that confidence within. It's the confidence. And when people do things like that, they fail to realize that you're really showing who they truly are and how they truly feel about themselves. And I kept thinking, like, if she only knew, she's not even spiritually grown enough to even wrangle with someone like me. That's the reality of it all right there. That's a sad, sad situation to be in. It says a lot about her and her character. Even if I were to even want to build up a friendship with some individuals outside of my workspace, she would definitely not be one on the list. If you come with them negative vibes nonsense, just because you're insecure within self, and so your way of trying to make someone else who looks way better than you feel insecure about themselves, you want to give them a glare. You should have thought about that before you walked out the door this morning. Then you should have thought about what you wore. Like, well, maybe I don't want to wear this going out. And if you're going into a downtown area anyhow, right? Certain parts of downtown, you would think about that type of stuff, like what type of items you want to wear in a certain area within the downtown space, right? So my whole point with her is that even with that little exchange, it wasn't really much of an exchange. It was more of I kind of looked at her like she was pathetic, because she was pathetic for doing that. How are you going to do that to someone you don't even know from Adam? But just because they look so put together, 111 as I'm saying this, you want to try to make them feel bad just because you don't feel good about yourself. And still, at the end of the day, I still walk past her with a smile and flip my hair right in her face. not literally slapping her in the face, but enough for her to know, like, baby, your up and down stare don't bother me. I'm too solid within self. And as I said in quite a few of my videos, who's gonna check me, right? That confidence is something to deal with. But when you learn to harness it, anything and everything that's so 3D related, such as her minute interaction she did there to a person she doesn't know from Adam. It's so little. It's like, it's child's play. And I hope the others will start to have that same mindset as well. When you come across individuals and you're having that type of interaction with them and they don't even know you from Adam, but yet they're going to give you an up and down glare because they feel bad about how they're looking compared to how dressed you are, how well put together you are. Just know that's them operating out of their ego. All you can say is, poor Tink Tink. And that's all for this quick video, you guys. I would just say, embrace that beautiful beast, to sum it up. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys, if you haven't done so already. I definitely want to say welcome to all the newcomers that are joining the page here, or the pages I should say. Just know I do see you and appreciate you. For a lot of you who are not aware, I'm actually in the field house when it pertains to keynote speaking as well as motivational speaking. So if you happen to be a part of an organization, let's say you have an event that's coming up and you would love for me to come out and partake in that experience with you all, definitely have someone from the head of your organization to reach out to me, and then we can go over the details and move forward accordingly. So with that being said, I am definitely seeing you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed, you guys.